So I think the question that might be on a few people's minds regarding the future salvation of Jewish people, will Ben Shapiro be one of them? Come on, give us the inside dirt on that deal.
Look, Ben is a really amazing guy. He's very winsome. He's
scary smart.
Yeah, really smart. And look, doing this with you, I feel a certain degree of safety, not total safety, but a certain degree of safety.
I would never want to do battle with him.
No, but I'm saying doing a conversation with Larry King, which I did so many times, there's a certain fear because you don't know what he's going to ask. You have absolutely no idea, and you're on CNN and the camera's here. But Ben Shapiro is a different thing altogether because he's so brilliant and he's so incisive, and
but he just let you talk.
I know. I didn't quite understand. I didn't know what he was going to ask me, and there's no redo. So yeah, and when I got it, he asked me the difference between Jews and Christians, and I said Jesus Christ, and then I launched into Isaiah 53. I think it was 18 or 19 minutes, and he didn't even say anything, and I couldn't believe he just let me keep going, which is what I do. I just keep going. But afterwards, somebody said to him in a podcast setting, said, "Were you offended that MacArthur was, saying so much about Jesus?" And he said, this was on a podcast, he said, "No, for two reasons. One, I know he believes that with all his heart, and two, I know he cares about my soul." So there's a lot of integrity in that. I think he appreciates honesty. And I remember when I debated a rabbi, and I took a strong stand on Christ up in Seattle. And they asked the same question, did it offend you? He said, I would have been offended if he hadn't been true to his convictions. So I think, that's just, and you saw Larry King things when certain evangelicals waffle and, try to get out of saying something. I just think even an unbeliever respects, if he's got any kind of convictions and character, he respects that you're true to the things that you declare.
No, you could tell that from watching Larry King.
And afterwards, he said, when Ben said to me, you can't know how refreshing it is to talk to somebody about the Bible who actually knows what's in it.
Right? Yeah. Well, he knows what's in it, but just what he does with it is a different hermeneutic and interpretive process.
There are so many people who throw themselves around about their view of the Bible, and they don't know anything about it. He believes in some level of Old Testament biblical authority, believes it's true. But more than that, I think if you're just honest with your convictions, there's a measure of respect for that.
When all was said and done, did you have any further conversations with him?
I haven't had personal conversations with him, although he wrote me a really, really gracious letter. And thanked me and said he wanted to do it again, which is a little daunting in some ways to think about doing it. No, I haven't had any further conversations with him, but I know one thing for sure. It launched a whole lot of Christian people praying for his salvation.
Yeah. I think a lot of people do anyway.
Yeah.